Hi everyone, it's Bee here at Little Miss Bee Crafts. I hope you're all well today. Today I'm coming on to show you how to make this, I think it's called a tilt and slide. No, not tilt and slide. Tilt card. Tilt and reveal card, I'm going to say. It's a bit like an invisible easel card. So they're really easy to make, and this is how it works. So you open it up, so you have this as your thing, and then I am going to put maybe some kind of, you know, sentiment on this as well. You could put the sentiment in the middle, and then as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it kind of pops up. So it's a kind of a pop-up card, isn't it? But it's once that, if that's up against your mantelpiece, then that just kind of is like a floating pop-up, isn't it? It kind of floats, and just, if you can see that, so it does float, and it's a bit like, you say, like an easel card, but you know, it's gonna, and the only reason it's not, I can't finger that, is because it's not against anything. But once it would be on, you know, on a mantelpiece, that's how it would look. Okay, so can you see that? So there you go. So that's what we're making today anyway. And when it closes down, obviously it'll fold flat, and it can get delivered like that. So let's see how we make this. So first of all, you're going to need a card blank, or make your own card blank. I've just got a card blank that's 5 by 7. Okay, and then you're going to need something. You could either cut this out yourself, or if you've got, obviously got dies in your stash, then you're going to use a die to cut an aperture, okay, within this card, in the front of the card. Okay, I've used a heart again. You could use an oval, you could use a square, you could use a circle, whatever you want to use. And like I say, you could maybe do this yourself as well. So to find the middle of this card, to help you make sure that it's centered, all we're going to do is obviously find the center. So it's a 5 by 7, so I'm going to try and do that more or less in the middle-ish. So just make a little, so 2.5, and then across it's going to be 3, not far off there, was I? 3.5. Okay, so you've obviously got your, just make that up there a little bit. You've got that across there, and this can be, if you do this in pencil, then you can rub that out. So that's the centre of your card there, and then all you're going to do is to kind of centre, make sure that is kind of in the centre for you, so you know, making sure that this is where you want it to be. Okay, you don't want it too far up at the top either as well. So okay, so I'll probably put mine there. So before that, you will need, we're going to mat these layers here, because it's better. When I did this one, I didn't mat and layer this bit, and then I kind of had to cut the aperture out of that bit, and then cut the aperture out of that bit. So if you mat and layer the card already and then put it through your die cutting machine, then that's a lot easier. Obviously you might need a bigger die cutting machine, you might need an A4, I'm not sure. No, that would go through, I think that goes through my Gemini, so you don't need an A4. Okay, so for the front bit here, you need a mat that is, I've just cut mine 1/4 inch smaller all the way around than my card. So this mat is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, because my card is 5 by 7. So the top mat is 5 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then you're going to need another 2 for the insides here. Okay, so another 2 to go on those 2 pieces there. It just makes it look nice. You don't have to do that one, I don't suppose, but it just makes it look a little bit neater. Okay, and then like I say, try and find, you maybe have to do that again, won't you? Because I'm going to be covering it. But yeah, to find the middle of your cards, put your aperture in. You can just eyeball if you want to. Okay, see where you think it should be. Okay, and then you're going to cut all those out. You're also, if you don't want that as your front layer for your aperture, like this one, I've cut a different card for this, for my little heart here. You could keep it the same, but I just like the contrast really. You will need another heart. Okay, so you're going to need another heart to cut out the same size. I'm just going to decorate either with this one or with this one. I've just cut two little butterflies, and you don't want them too big that they're going to stop it from, you know, opening up and popping out. So you want a smaller, so I might choose that one actually because I like the pink on there. Okay, and then all I've done here, I don't know if you can see on this one, I've kind of put this die cut around that's just like little leaves, just to give it a little bit of a frame. And this is a Sizzix die, and it does this wreath, but if you cut it out and then kind of stick it round, then that's what I'm going to use for that frame bit. Okay, so for the mechanism inside, okay, so for the pop-up bit basically, which is, I don't know if you can see that bit there, these two bits here, okay, you will need a piece of card that is, for my aperture here, I needed something that didn't show past this bit here, so I needed something that wasn't longer. So depending on what your aperture is, okay, but I've cut mine 2, and whatever it is, it's going to be 4 that way anyway. It's 4 length, and whatever size so if it's smaller, you're going to need a smaller width. If it's bigger, you're going to need a bigger one. Okay, but mine is 2 by 4, and then another piece that is 3/4 that way by 2 1/4 inches that way. Okay, and I'll show you what you're going to do with those soon. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off, I'm going to mat and layer all these, I'm going to cut my aperture out, and then I will come back and show you how to do the pop-up mechanism. So I have stuck cut the aperture and stuck the little wreath around it to just make it look a little bit prettier. That's so pretty, I love the colours on it, it's gorgeous. I did have to use my Big Shot Plus to be able to cut this aperture. It wouldn't fit through the Gemini that I have, the Junior Gemini, so if you've got Gemini A4 it'll probably cut through that. So like I say, if you need to, you could always cut the aperture by hand. It might not be that easy, but you could always, you know, put something like that around it if your lines aren't very you know, aren't very crisp or whatever. So yeah, so that's that. Now this bit, the little pop-up bit here inside, so what we're going to do, first of all, I've got the 2 by 4, okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to, on the 4-inch side, we're going to score at every inch, so at 1 inch, at 2 inch, and at 3 inches, okay, and then just on this one, on the shorter one, which is the 2 1/4, you're going to score at 1 1/4. Okay, so that's 1 1/4 there. Okay, that's all you need your scoreboard for. Okay, and then all we're going to do is we are just going to, I'll do it the other way so that you don't see all the measurements on there. You're just going to bend that around. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, what we need to do is we're going to put that, glue this end tab onto there first, and just up, not over this where the card folds. We're not going to go over, try not to go over that, you're just going to go before that fold. Okay, and again, just make sure that you're in the middle of your aperture. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that down. Just going to put some glue on here. Okay, you could use tape, I've just got my tacky glue out. Okay, so that's going to go, like I say, just make sure that it's just in the middle of your aperture, and then just glue that down there. Okay, like that. Okay, and then all we're going to do is then bend this like that. Sorry, that's my phone. Okay, so we're going to, so that's stuck on there, and all we're going to do is stick that tab onto there. So all I've done is I've flattened that bit, and this end tab is now going to get stuck onto this bit here. And I'm just putting some glue on here. Okay, and then just going to lay that flat again and just stick that down onto there. Okay, like that. Okay, and wait till it's actually, till you know it's stuck before you start trying to. And there's your pop-up bit there. Okay, so that's what that should look like. Okay, so just make sure that you've stuck it all down first before you try to start manoeuvring it. Okay, and then this bit that you've just done here, you're going to, as you can see, okay, you're going to have this little bit here that's stuck out a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to check on my other one. Yeah, so the longer one, yeah, I just needed to check first of all. So the shorter one here is going to go on the back of here, like that. Stick that on the back of there. Okay, right in the middle of your aperture, whatever you've got, your shape, whatever you've put out. I'm really sorry, I should have put my phone on silent. It doesn't normally go off that much these days, but it seems to be. So yeah, and this, like I say, this bit is going to go, just make sure that I've got this right, I'm showing you it right. Yeah, so it needs to, that is going to stick. So sorry, so this, the shorter bit, as much as you can up to the top, and obviously try and get it in between again. And then this bit here, was your longer bit here, this was the shorter bit, and this was the longer bit. This is then going to stick, try not get glue all over. Okay, make sure that it's the right way up as well. I've probably stuck it the wrong way. Okay, so that's going to go into there. Okay, and then that is going to get stuck onto there. So make sure, maybe I should have done it the other way around. Okay, it's quite bulky, that card, that's all, that piece of card that I've used for my pop-up is quite bulky. So just make sure that it's going into there. Okay, lift that up and then put some glue. Oopsie daisies. So the glue is going on the back of here now. I'm using this tacky glue and it's a bit, I don't know, I don't know if I like it or not. So just make sure that your aperture, I'm just trying to manoeuvre it so that it's underneath all these bits. Okay, that your aperture is straight, and then just stick so it has stuck. So just maybe needed to move that down a little bit. Okay, and that gets stuck onto that pop-up bit. Can you see where it's on this bit here that I stuck the other tab? Okay, make sure that is straight. Okay, and that's it. That's your pop-up floaty, aperture. Okay, and it sticks up like that. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I think it's so cute. I forgot to say that the idea, it was not my idea. I did see it on another YouTube channel. It was Dawn's Stamping Thoughts, I think it is. It's an American lady, and I just loved the idea of it. She did I think she did an oval aperture, but I just love this. I just think it's so cute. I think it's lovely, and again, you know, it will lie flat. and then just stick, I think, which one, the pink, no, I think I'm going to pick that one actually, and then just stick your whatever you were, whatever you want to stick on the middle bit. It could be another heart, it could be the happy birthday. I just wanted to stick a little butterfly on there. I'm loving these colours, I think they're absolutely beautiful. They're so pretty, so delicate, very spring. Okay, so, and that is how you make your floating pop-up aperture card. Very simple. And I think it looks really, really effective, and you just open it up and it pops up, keeps pop up. Okay, so it's like a floating little, there you go. And obviously the more you keep putting it up and down, the more, maybe it might start to fall forward. But yeah, and then I think that looks pretty. Then you could put, happy birthday in there. You could put your, your sentiment, put another piece of paper on there, whatever you'd like to do. But yeah, I just think it's really pretty. I think it's a lovely, just a bit of a different card, isn't it, than just your normal kind of stand-up card. It can go on the mantelpiece like that, and it stands up like that. So thank you for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you give it a go, and I hope it's a new shape and a new card that you've got in your repertoire. Okay, so thank you for watching again today. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, and let me know what you think of this card. Thank you for watching today. Have a lovely day. Bye.